Yes, your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is October 29th, 2019. Shout out to my man, the tech geek out there on YouTube, hitting me with those great song requests. Digital Underground, same song. He says, R.I.P. Tupac. No doubt, man. Tupac is legendary. What's good, people? Hope you guys doing well. Welcome to another episode. Today, we're looking at something regarding Bitcoin Cash and its halving coming up. Is this halving going to be catastrophic? Normally, halvings are a good thing for cryptocurrencies. This particular person out of the Bitcoin is saying that this halving for Bitcoin Cash will be catastrophic. I don't know. I'll give you my two satoshis on it once we read the article together. I don't see how this could be catastrophic. Anytime supply is cut in half, that has a direct correlation and impact in a positive manner on price. It should, at least. Second article out of CoinDesk. SEC blast kicks void for vagueness defense of 2017 ICO. Oh man, here we go. I told you guys I felt like Kick should have just kicked the can. I'm gonna be honest with you. They should have just paid the fine, closed up shop, kept it moving. But they're gonna learn. Messing with the SEC like this, we'll see what the SEC has to say about their excuse, Kick's excuse, that is. Last article out of CoinSpeaker. Samsung integrates TRON support to its blockchain key store. Wow, this is big news. This is very big news, and I wonder if this is the news that Justin Sun was kind of giving people a hint toward a couple of days ago, and which made the price of TRON go up as well. So we're going to take a look at this detail in a second. But before we get started, I want to bring your attention to the open slot for ads that rotate in my videos, my two Satoshi videos. There's one slot available at the moment. They show up in the right hand corner. I'm sure you've seen them. Link included in the description of each video. And I mentioned your company pretty much every video. If you're interested, drop me a line at ads@cryptoblood.io. I offer 15, 30, and 60 episode packages so that you get the most out of your promotion. Again, hit me up at ads@cryptoblood.io. And also, Moon Lambo, #1 spot for crypto apparel. If you're interested, jump over to shopmoonlambo.com. And if you want to save 10%, I don't know why you wouldn't, use the word CryptoBlood10 at checkout. Let's go ahead and take a look at the heat map for today. Bitcoin is just almost flat, actually, down 0.09% to 9,446 bucks. Ethereum is up big today, 4.3%. We're still long in ETH with our algo trade. Going back and forth with Bitcoin, though. It's been a lot of whipsaw action with Bitcoin, but Ethereum, yeah, we're still long there. EOS is up actually 1.8%. I'm so used to saying it's down to $3.38. We've got Binance up as well, 1.3% to $20.69, and Litecoin back in the $60 handle, up 2.4% to $60.06. And TRON up 3.3% right now. But Bitcoin Cash is on a tear, up 6.5% to $287.55. If we take a look at Bitcoin Cash on a 7-day time frame, it's up 26%. EOS is up 17%, but TRON up 42% in the last 7 days. Wow. Did not expect that. And the TA for today, I know I've been forgetting to do it a couple of episodes here. My buddy was telling me, man, where's the TA? I'm like, man, I keep forgetting to do it. But today, here we are. We're right at that red line that I had drawn for many, about a month and a half now at this point, since we actually broke down below here. That was a critical break below, because that area, 9,600, was a very strong area of support for us. Okay, we've touched that area, as I scroll back, as you can see, many times. The more times you touch an area, the stronger it becomes. And when you break it, if you break that area of support, you see a drastic move down, and that's what happened. But now we're back at this area, trying to get back above it. Like, the initial flare up took us above the 9,400 area. However, if you look at it, we weren't above that region for too long here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like about 5 or 6 hours before we headed lower. So I don't consider that. It's a breach, but it's not a technical area where now that is a support zone. I feel like 8,300 is still a support area for us for sure. That should be a strong support area for us. And we're just kind of going back and forth here, trying to figure it out. I think eventually we'll break above here as well to try to take out this 10,500 again, because ultimately we have to get above 10,800. This area, basically this area, these two areas we have to get above. That'll be the next area to score a point for the Bulls. And then next, the second high for the year, which was 12,200, and then ultimately the 13,000 range, or up in this area we got 13.9 really as well. So yeah, that's where we are. Next levels again, 10.9 and then 12.2. That's where we're going, people. 10.9 is definitely in the works, I believe. But first article out of the Bitcoin is Bitcoin Cash halving will be catastrophic, they say. It says that Bitcoin Cash halving arrives roughly 161 days, a slightly shorter term than Bitcoin's halving date. Dan Held from Kraken expects the event to spell doom for the BCH network, and let's see why. While the halving is seen as a period of favorable price action for Bitcoin, however, in the case of Bitcoin Cash, the prediction is that the halving will be a disaster. So far, the BCH network has no historical record of going through halvings, so the price action of Bitcoin may not apply. It does apply. This guy's I don't know if he's a newbie or what the hell he's talking about. Dan Held, the director of business development at Kraken Exchange, commented on the halving using the unpopular BCash moniker. He said the halving will be catastrophic for Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash halving occurs first. Block subsidy drops in half. Miners switch to Bitcoin, and since they share the same hashing algo, security spend becomes dangerously low, and then you have a 51% attack. This is his scenario for Bitcoin Cash. As it is seen from the relatively early halving schedule, the Bitcoin Cash network has seen periods of strip mining, I should say, in which Bitcoin miners switch to the network and grab the rewards with greater ease. A similar thing may happen after the halving in case the usual miners for BCH give up on the network. And it goes on to compare Litecoin's issues with their hash rate. If other coins are to be taken as a lesson, the Litecoin halving is one of them. The coin was hyped a few months before the event, achieving a significant rally from lows of $22 all the way up to $140, but around a month before the event, which I told you guys to start scaling out of your position, the price started dropping, sinking to between 50 and 60 bucks. Additionally, miners abandoned the network. The Litecoin hash rate fell from a peak of around 500 terahashes to around 200. Investing in an L3 mining machine with a lowered block reward of 12.5 Litecoin is not attractive to miners. Subsequently, the network is much less secure now than before the halving event. But in the case of Litecoin, there are not too many L3 miners willing to take over the network. In the case of Bitcoin Cash, it is possible that even a fraction of Bitcoin mining power could switch to Bitcoin Cash and perform a 51% attack. Interesting. So now I see what they're talking about regarding a catastrophic event for Bitcoin Cash. They're basically talking about and referring to after the halving, not leading up to it. As you see, Bitcoin Cash is performing very well and it's doing very well right now. So I don't see that being an issue as far as performance heading up to the halving. Maybe we'll see an issue with Bitcoin Cash right after the halving. It's very possible, but I don't know, man. You guys let me know your thoughts. I don't have any Bitcoin Cash, though I know a lot of people hate it. And they only hate it simply because, or I would say majority of people don't like Bitcoin Cash because of Roger Ver and his personality. So I don't know. I'm indifferent about it. I'm for all types of coins out there. At the end of the day, Bitcoin Cash won't be a coin either that's used for payments. I've told you guys many times before. None of these coins are going to be used for payments. It's going to be solely used for speculation and storing wealth. So you'll use your stable coins for spending cryptocurrencies in stores and online. So that's my take on it. I mean, a lot of these coins, their whole pitch is that, hey, we're faster, we can be used for payments. None of them are. If you're deflationary, you're not going to be used for payments. It's just not in the real world. If you scale this out, it's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Second article, CoinDesk, SEC blasts kicks void for vagueness defense of 2017 ICO. The SEC said that Kick's August defense of its $100 million initial coin offering ICO was untenable and is asking judges to toss it. A discovery motion filed Monday further raised the stakes following the SEC's 49-page filing Friday, the latest play in the legal chess match with sweeping potential ramifications for tokens and securities laws, and one seeking more specifically to determine whether Kick's 2017 ICO was lawful. In Friday's filing, the SEC ridiculed Kick's defense that vagueness shields them from legal woes. It says here the defense asserts that notwithstanding 70 plus years of well-settled jurisprudence, the term investment contract in the securities laws is void for vagueness as applied to Kick's investment scheme. This claim is untenable and should be dismissed. Kick has bet the farm on the void for vagueness affirmative defense and wants to depose high-ranking SEC officials to prove the regulator was not in a position in 2017 to give clear guidance on token sales. They weren't, I agree with them. A partner at Fisher Bros told CoinDesk Kick is obviously using the void for vagueness defense as a way to try to peek behind the curtain at the SEC to figure out if the SEC really had a plan all along. But the SEC argued in the same discovery motion that Kick's affirmative defense is without legal merit. The regulator tied their argument to Friday's flaying of the word void for vagueness question, arguing Kick's depositions motions should be squashed. The article goes on to further say in Kick's August defense, they argued that they did not have the adequate notice that the SEC would consider kin an investment contract. The SEC, however, says that is not so. The Dow report was released in July of 2017, 2 months prior to Kick's September 2017 ICO, setting the ground rules for on-chain investment contracts and thus provided Kick constitutionally sufficient notice to Kick that the offering and sale might violate the Securities Act. So that's what they're using. The SEC is using the Dow decision as a marker going forward for anything after that point. So now I understand. Even though I don't necessarily agree with it, now I understand where they're coming from as far as being able to go back to 2017 and charge these companies like Veritasium, like Kick, like so many others. It's unfortunate, man. It really is. So we'll have to see what happens here. I will have to say that I still don't think it's a good look for Kick or Ken. I think they're still going to lose. And like the real reason I think they're going to lose is simply because their own country said their token was a security in Canada. So Ken is out of Canada and their own country ruled their security or their token as security. So why would the United States not do the same? Makes no sense to me. So the last article is out of CoinSpeaker. Samsung integrates TRON support to its blockchain key store. This is big news right here. I'm actually pretty shocked. It says TRON became the fourth coin available on the blockchain key store following Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Clayton. Never even heard of Clayton. South Korean technology giant Samsung announced it decided to integrate TRON support to its decentralized app store blockchain key store. According to the release note published on Tuesday, Samsung blockchain key store SDK version 1.2 will now engage APIs that support TRX transactions. Now I have to just pick a bone with Block One with this one. I feel like Block One should be doing these type of partnerships. I don't know if they were kind of held up with litigation with the SEC and that's why they haven't been. That was my assumption. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's like, why, what's going on with these blockchains? Why aren't they marketing and why aren't they pushing and, trying to garner adoption and stuff? So I'm like, I think with EOS, they were in a battle with the SEC for over, I don't know how long. We don't even know how long, to be honest with you. Maybe that's out of the way. They can start doing these types of partnerships because I feel like EOS should be in a position like this versus TRON. And that brings up another question. I just thought of this. What's going on with TRON? How is the SEC looking at TRON? and Justin Sun would be interesting to know. I know they got to be talking to him. They've got to be talking to TRON, the SEC that is, and I'm sure they've subpoenaed them. There are different types of subpoenas. One is just being a subpoena for more information. So I'm sure that has happened, and we'll have to see what happens with that. But Samsung revealed its Samsung blockchain platform SDK at the Samsung Developer Conference 2019 today. The truth is, bringing blockchain technology to mobile has been a challenge for quite a time. And so we have to find a way to fully integrate blockchain in a seamless fashion before we see any type of real adoption. And once adoption comes, we're going to get a break from the positive correlation that we see with all these altcoins and Bitcoin. Because if there's a true demand for a particular token, then it's going to do well regardless of what Bitcoin is doing. It may have a slight effect on it, but seeing it, if Bitcoin drops 30%, seeing the altcoins drop 50% is nonsense. And it just shows there's no demand for the altcoins yet. No true demand, only speculative demand for these altcoins at the moment. So it goes on to say that from the company, they said the SDK is a comprehensive solution that tackles two of the biggest obstacles in expanding the dApp ecosystem: security and the complexity of building a mobile compatible dApp. The new SDK not only allows dApps, many of which are web-based, the ability to seamlessly integrate their dApps or apps into mobile space. It is also highly attractive for legacy apps that want to integrate blockchain features, such as enabling payment with cryptocurrencies. I'm very impressed. And, we know that TRON just recently, I reported on this yesterday, replaced Ethereum for the second spot on the CCID's crypto report. So they're making moves. I'm very impressed. I'm shocked, but I'm impressed. Round of applause to TRON for making that deal happen. I'm a little salty though, because these are the types of things that EOS and Block One should be really garnering, these types of relationships, and maybe they are. Like I said, maybe I'm being premature about it, but they have the money and the resources to make these types of things happen. So let's see that happen, Block One. But that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. This episode of My Two Satoshis. Give a shout out to my man, the Tech Geek, out there on YouTube again. Digital Underground, same song. Yes, R.I.P. Tupac Shakur. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to be notified about unbiased crypto news reported by yours truly, Crypto Blood. I'm out of here, people. Holla!